Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. We are now on day 10 of the Earth Month Challenge, and today's challenge is to listen to an audiobook. Now of course you don't have to listen to it all in one day, but you should definitely try it. Now I already have a video where I go into why you should listen to more audiobooks and the environmental impact of paper books versus e-readers versus audiobooks. So if you want to learn more about that, you can follow the link down below, and I won't bore you with that today. Instead, I'm going to recommend some audiobooks, one that I'm listening to right now, one that I have already listened to, and one that I'm very excited to read soon. So to start, the one that I'm reading right now is actually Nick Offerman's book. It's called Paddle Your Own Canoe. It is his biography, and so far it's really good. He reads it, and he's just a funny guy, and he's a lot more than his character on Parks and Recreations. So it's just cool to kind of hear how he grew up, because he actually grew up in a town not too far from where I grew up. So it's just really cool to hear about his life, his opinions, and who he sees as a hero, his likes, dislikes, just all that stuff. It's a good read, and I enjoy him, and he's funny. The next book I want to recommend is The Water Will Come by John Goodell. It is a great nonfiction book about how the water is coming. It's about sea level rise more specifically, and how we have been reacting to it, how we should be reacting to it, and how things have changed because of it so far. It's just a really great read. Covers a lot about sea level rise, climate change, and all of that. John Goodell has some amazing experiences that he puts into the book and talks about, including meeting Obama and talking to him about climate change and his work, because when this book was written, Obama was still in office. It's a great read to get your feet wet on sea level rise and kind of get a better understanding of what's happening and what we need to do in the future to handle this issue. Finally, the last book I'm going to recommend is one I actually haven't read yet, but I am very excited to read. It's called The Chronicles of Friday. Now, you might not be super familiar of the title, but you might be familiar with a little Disney movie called The Black Cauldron. The Black Cauldron is based off of one of the books in this series. Since I learned that this movie was actually based on a book from a series, I've been very excited to get my hands on it and just find out what it's all about and get to read it. Now, I think these books might be more directed towards kids, but I really don't care. I'm still very excited to read the Chronicles, find out what happens, and specifically to read The Black Cauldron in the series, because I did really enjoy that movie as a kid, even though I know it's not one of Disney's bests and it's kind of underrated at sometimes. I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to get the book. If you don't want to follow one of my suggestions, there are hundreds of books out there in audio form for you to enjoy. And so I highly recommend doing it, getting into audiobooks. It's kind of weird at first. I know I've always been someone where I have to hold the physical book because I've always loved reading, and so I love the paper book in my hands and then the smell of the paper, you know, I'm that weirdo. But I've really gotten into audiobooks in the past year or two just because I'm able to listen while I do other things, and that is amazing for me because I always have tons of junk to do. So try it. You might find you actually like it a lot more than you thought you would. And that is all the time I have for today. If you liked this video, make sure to go leave a like down below, and also subscribe to join the journey to living more sustainably and keep up on these Earth Month Challenge videos. If you'd like to keep up on my own journey to living more sustainably outside of these episodes, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all linked down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.